Hello students, now we continue with chapter 7, Social, Mobile and Local Marketing. In these chapters, what you will learn how social networking emerged from virtual communities and how social networking website earn revenue. Okay? And how companies use social networking tools in online business activities, and about mobile technologies that are now used to do business online. And we have a big topic about how auctions and auction related businesses are conducted online, right? So let's look at one case study, right? Starbucks, right? So Starbucks views social media as an extension of the customer relationship. Okay, they use social media, okay, as an extension of the customer relationship. They also integrate mobile technology by accepting payment from mobile phones, right? So this is common now today, using mobile technologies to accept payments, right, for mobile phones. Also, they provide mobile device apps to let customers manage loyalty program benefits. Okay, mobile, right? Engage customer, manage, right? To manage loyalty program benefits, and also serve as a social media observer rather than actively advertising. Right? So what they do is they communicate with customer, consumer, right? So means they communicate consumer, right? So this is a typical company example, Starbucks. Okay, so from virtual communities to social networks, online web communities are not only limited by geography, right? So individuals and companies with common interests will meet online and discuss issues, and also share information, generate ideas, and also develop valuable relationships, right? So this is important. These are some of the activities actually, what they can share, what they can do, what they can discuss, right, by online web communities. Okay, companies make money by serving as relationship facilitators as well, right? What they do is combine internet transactions cost reduction potential with a communication facilitator role. Okay, combine transactions cost reduction potential, internet cost reduction potential, okay, with a communication facilitator role. Okay, so virtual community is a gathering place for people and businesses with no physical existence, right? So virtual community. So virtual community is something online, right? The community built online. That is a virtual community. Began online even before the internet was in use. So bulletin board system before allowed users to connect via phone lines to read and post messages, right? So mostly free, yeah, but some actually charge a fee as well. So Usenet news groups were message posting areas, a set of interconnected computers devoted us to storing informations on specific topics, right? So before what we call Usenet news groups, okay, use in a virtual community, right? So means they give news and also they provide bulletin boards, right? So the most of the message actually push to consumer. Okay, virtual communities. Okay, early web communities, 1985, right? Wow, the whole Earth's electronics link, right? Electronics link. Okay, so these are some of the histories, right? Web communities. Right? Social networking emerged as the internet and web grew. Many communities found their purpose as a place to share online communication began to fade. Right? So instead of a single bond of using the internet, user finding a variety of common interests for interaction as well. Right? Varieties of common interests for interaction. So social networking site allow individual to create and publish a profile and a list of others users with whom they share a connections, right? So that it allow to create and publish profile and also to control the list and also monitor similar lists made by other users as well. Okay, so in early social networking sites include 6 degrees, right? Friendsters. I don't think you heard about this before, right? But like Friendster, right, quite famous as a social networking before Facebook, right? Before FB. Okay, so Facebook emerged in 2006 and overtook MySpace as the leading social network site worldwide. So more than 1 million users and 6 billion in revenues. Right, today is a number one, right? The world leading social networking sites. Okay, so LinkedIn as well and Twitter. Right, so LinkedIn is more on facilitating business contact, more on professionals contacts, right? Professionals, professionals. Okay, so basic ideas behind many social networking sites is that people are invited to join by existing members. So this is social networking's important features. It actually allow actually members to invite members to join. So site provides directories right, without contact information, and also communication does not occur until intended recipient approves the contact. So you can have a certain setting as well, right? Privacy setting. Okay, some social networks focus around specific interests and capabilities, right? So like example of Instagrams focus on photo sharings, photo story. Okay, so the expansion of social networking sites into all corners of the world with successful site in local languages emerging in many countries, right? So different country like China, they have their own one, right? So in US, they also have their own one. So different countries, they have their different, but the intention is, right? What they want is to get members, right? Okay, so social networking websites. These are some of the stories. History. Okay, since 1997 up to 2014. Right. Okay, web blogs or what we call blogs, micro blogs, and also participatory journalism. Websites containing individual commentary on current events or specific issues. So form a social networking sites or what we call blogs. Okay, blogs. Okay, so Twitter is very informal micro blog, small and mini blogs with tweets limited to about 140 characters only, right? Maximum 140 characters. So early blogs focus on technology topics or topics on which people had strong belief. Okay, So the 2004 elections, right, in US, this one in US, right, they using block. They started using block actually to convey message to the people, right? So based on the success of social media, retailer embrace blocks to engage visitor not ready to buy. Okay, so give them information, persuade them actually to come in to buy, to visit website, to understand more product information. Okay, so marketing and supply managers, so social networking benefits of enhancing B2B relationship, right, is to enhance B2B. Okay, so participatory journalism in the trend towards having readers help write their own news as well. So blogs can become businesses in themselves. Okay, all right. So next one we talk about location aware mobile social networkings. Traveling internet connection opens up social media possibilities that integrate with user specific location. Right, talk about location. Okay, so mobile device is transmit their location to websites. Okay, so transmit locations to website. Okay, so by using mobile phones, right, so mobile phone actually can share consumers locations, right, so that will direct them to the website, okay, for further information, further promotions. So sites use location information to provide customized advertising and other services, right? So the customized advertisement can be sent to consumer in different location, right? So in 2015, about 35% of social media users tag their posts with location info, and 82% of mobile users obtain directions or other location information. Okay, so Facebook is a famous one, and also Google Plus, but Facebook so far is the best. Business use of social networking. Okay, so when we look at businesses criticize for using social media interaction into thinly discuss advertising. Okay, so what they do, experts agree that social media should be managed differently than advertising efforts. Okay, these are some of the different view, okay, from experts. So manage effectively, social media engagement can provide much more info about customer. What business have to do actually is to manage customer throughout their information, okay, what they share actually in the social networking, right? Okay, so social networking sites purchase, right, where we look at convey information to customer, receive information from customer, and so facilitate and monitor communications among customers. Okay, so these are some of the different social networking site blocks, micro blocks, right? It show you the differences. Okay, so the last one is a location aware mobile social networking. Right now, quite famous. Right, it's something like they know your exact location, then provide you or direct you to certain location to purchase something. Okay, so social shopping sites. Right. So these are some of the examples, right, in US. Okay. Okay, idea-based social networking. Social networking site form community based on connections among people. Abstracts communities based on the connection between ideas are called idea-based social media. Right? People who participate are engaging in idea-based, right, to share ideas. Okay, so some companies like Delicious Site, they call itself as a social bookmarks manager. Okay, so means ideas collector. Okay, virtual learning networks. It's something like a distant learning platform for student instructor interactions or Blackboard, right? So tools include bulletin board, chat room, drawing boards, right? So means distant learning. Okay. So massive open online courses, MOOC, right? In US, quite famous, right? Used by most of the universities today. Okay, so many schools are launching MOOC, using them in some way, but issues with low completion rates, in some cases lower than 2%, right? So these are what we call online courses. Okay, so also part of the e-commerce as well, right? That is what we call virtual learning. Okay, so this is typically MOOC's example. Right, so open source software. Some open source software also devoted to development of virtual learning communities, including Moodle, right? Example like what as you see now implement e-learning, right? They use a Moodle, and also U Portal. So developed by a community of programmers who make it available at no cost, right? No cost, free. So these are the open source software is free. What means that the code, the program is free, but company actually have to build it, have to do configuration setup, right? So they need programmers, right, to help them to configure at no cost at all, right? But of course they have to pay programmers. Okay, so other programmers use work with and also improve the software from time to time. Okay, so early and successful example of virtual community we would now call a social networks. Right, before we call it as a virtual community, but now we call it as a social networks. Right, so it provide more continuous communication, right, real-time communications. Revenue models for social networking sites. So the late 1990s revenue created by selling advertising, right? So used by virtual community, as just I mentioned before, Facebook, we call it as a virtual communities, right? Search engine site, also web directories, right? Like Yahoo, all this, right? Yahoo, MSN, right? So 1998, a wave of purchases and mergers occur, right? Because website, okay, there's a what's called the search engine like Yahoo actually become very powerful. Okay, so web portal is something like every user doorway to the web, right? So they can get anything in the web portal. They can get news, right? They can get email in the same page as well, right? And ads, they can do ads in one page, right? Web portal, and also forums, right? They can discuss. Okay, so this, as just I mentioned, web portal, right? Yahoo web portal, they can news, right? News, right? They can search based on categories, right? And also they can go into the email, right? Mail, messenger as well, right? Messengers. Okay, and example like weather, right? So in one page, actually you can get everything. This is Yahoo. Okay, so popularity of leading websites, right? So far, Google, Facebook, YouTube, Baidu, Yahoo, Amazon.com, Wikipedia, Tencent, QQ, Twitter, also Google India also quite famous. Right, advertising supported social networking sites. Okay, so visitors spend more time at portal site than other type of website, which is attractive to advertisers. Right, so other type of social networking site also draw visitors who spend considerable time at the site as well. Smaller sites with specialized appeals can draw enough visitors to generate significant advertising revenue. Right, it can draw, okay, enough visitors, right? Okay, so there are also mixed revenue and fee for service social networking site as well. Okay, so most social networking sites use advertising, but some charge a fee for some services, right? Example like Yahoo. Okay, so monetizing is converting sites visited into free paying subscribers, right? To buy certain service, right? Subscribe. They offer subscribe services. And also fee-based social networkings like Google Answer sites was an early attempt to monetize the what's called social networking by charging a fee for a specific service. Right? So means questions answer for a fee. Right? Ask questions and then they answer. Right? So they charge a fee as well. Okay. Other than that, right? Other companies. Okay. So both approaches show how website can generate revenue by providing virtual community interactions. Right? So you ask questions, they provide you. You ask something for solutions, right? They get expert actually to answer you. Right? So there are other sites as well, like micro lending sites, right? What does it mean? Function as a clearing houses for micro lending activity. Micro lending is a lending small amount of money to people starting or operating small businesses, right? Especially in developing country, right? They give loan or they borrow you certain money. So key element in working within the social networks of borrowers who support each other and an element of pressure to repay. Okay, so this is typically for business startup. Okay, so you can get certain loan or from borrowers, right? So they help you actually to start up business. Okay, the other types called crowdfundings. Small businesses can sell partial ownership in ventures to investor around the world, right? So certain investors maybe they want to put something on your website, right, to promote certain project, right? So relies on many people investing a small amount. Okay, so reduce risk to individual investor while providing substantial inquiry in equity, right? For new ventures. So they also support in terms of monetary. So reward-based crowdfunding investors pay in advance for product and services to be delivered after they are made with invested funds. So also used by artists and charitable organizations to help complete a specific project. Right, just I mentioned they involve in certain project. Right, example like artists and also charitable organizations. Right, okay, so ask for donations. Right, internal social networkings. Okay, so these are the some of the internal, right, provide social interactions among organizations and employees. Right, so this is more on internal organizations social networking. Right, mobile commerce. Okay, so mobile commerce is typically using mobile phones, right, mobile platform. High-speed mobile telephones networks available grew dramatically. Actually, that one drive, right, mobile apps, right? So manufacturer offer a range of smartphone with web browser, large screen operating system, ability to run application, right? So that actually potential for mobile commerce or more m-commerce, what we call it in short. Okay, right? Mobile phones, right? Okay, tablet as well. Okay. Okay, so mobile device operating systems, right? What operating systems so far, right? Such as Android and Windows phones, right? Okay, so Google Androids is the famous one actually, right? So far in the markets, right? So mobile apps, right? So today most mobile phone use a common operating system, right? Due to a change in the way software applications are developed and sold. Okay, so Apple App Store and also Google Play sell apps. So some developed and sold by independent software developers under revenue sharing agreements. Okay, so it could be developed sold by independent software developers, right? Means some software developers they develop and then they sell it online in Google Play. Some apps provide a gateway to a company website as well. Some link to the company's website. For example, like games, right? Games. Okay, so some media sites offer free access to online content through apps while others sell subscription. Okay, so some mobile app include advertising. They also include advertisements in their revenue models. So mobile device used for banking as well. Okay, and financial services growing now. Hospital and clinic also provide apps to give doctor information about, right, how to treat their patient, right? So their patients, right, install app as well, right? So doctor can communicate with them directly. So phones, global positioning, satellite GPS services can create mobile businesses opportunities, right? So locations, mobile, right? Possible. Okay. Mobile payment apps, as we're aware today, wallets, right, is a famous now, right? Alright, alright. Auctions. Auction is what's it called? Auction sites actually they trust both buyer and seller to participate and sell advertising. Okay, so auction site, Lelong, example. Okay, so online auctions capitalize on internet strengths, bring together geographically dispersed people sharing narrow interests, right? Create a natural social networks. Right? People looking for something valuable, something low cost, but good high quality, right? So they use auctions platform. Okay. All right. So let's look at different type of auctions. Okay. So first one, English auctions. What does it mean by English auctions? Bidders publicly announce successively higher bids until no higher bids is forthcoming. Okay, alright. Successively higher bids until no higher bids is forthcoming. So means start from the lowest bid and then keep top up until no more higher bids. Right. Okay, so item show to highest bidder. So whoever bid the highest one, they will get the product. Right. Also called ascending price auctions, open auctions, or right, ascending price auction, open auction, or open outcry auctions as bids are publicly announced. Okay, publicly announced means it make it public once the final bids close. Okay, so minimum bid is the beginning of the price. If no bidders willing to pay, item is not sold. Right? So reserve price is seller's a minimum price as well. If not met, item is not sold as well. Okay, so means minimum bid is the beginning price, and we will top up to the highest bids, and the highest bidder will win. Okay, right? So typically this is how much for a hub example. Okay, so people down there actually will, right, say out their bid, right? So the highest bid will win. Okay, so there is also what we call Yankee auctions in English auctions. What does it mean? Offer multiple units of an item for sale and allow bidder to specific desired quantity. Okay, so highest bidder allotted bid quantity. Remaining item allocated to next highest bidder until all item disputed. Okay, so bidders all pay lower successful bidder's price. Right? So let's see what does. Okay. So next one, Dutch auctions. Right. So Dutch auction different from English auction. It form of open auction where bidding start at a high price and drop until bidders accept price. Okay. Also called descending price auctions. Seller offer a number of similar items for sales. Okay. So common implementation is to use a clock price drop with each stick. Okay, so first bidder stop the clock becomes a winning bidders, and if item remain, the clock is restarted. Right, so often better for a seller because a buyer will not let bid drop much below the valuations. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm selling a tulip, anyone for 100,000, so it start from the highest bid. Okay, and it will drop the price, right? 50,000, 40,000, 30,000, or 20,000, right? So people down there will actually make the decision whether they want to take it or don't want to take it, right? So at the end, sold to the gentleman in the purple, okay, for 20,000. So this is a Dutch auction. Okay, so the other type, first price sale bid auctions or second price sales bid auctions. Sale bid auctions bidders submit bids independently. Why submit the bids independently? So this is not publicly announced. Okay. So first price sale bid auctions, the highest bidder will win. If multiple items are auctions, next highest bidders awarded remaining item at their bid price. So second price sale bid auction is the same as the first price sale bid auction, except highest bid awarded item to a second highest bidder. Right. So the highest will not be awarded, but what they do is they look at second highest bidder price. Okay. So these are some of the auctions, different type of auctions. Okay, example, first price auctions, right? So in this example, 250 is the highest. Okay, so they sold to the purple gentleman. But second price auction means when they look at these five people's, they bid the highest 250, but they won't award to 250, they award to $200. So they sold to the purple gentleman for $200. Okay, other type, open outcry double auctions. Right, what does it mean? Open outcry double auction, buy and sell offers sorted by trader in the trading peak. Okay, each commodity stock options traded in own peak, which can become quite frenzy. Okay, so open outcry, so they will shout, they have to shout, right? Shout, right? Like example, is selling fish, right? Selling fish. Double auctions, a buyer and seller each submit combined price quantity bids to auctionee, either sale bid or open outcry, right? So auctionees match offers starting with the lowest seller's offer and highest buyer offers. Yes, so this is something like used by stock exchange, right, in US, right? Stock exchange. So this is double auctions. They just shout and they take down, right? Reverse or seller bid auctions. Multiple sellers submit price bids to an auctioneer who represents single buyer. So bids for given amount of specific item to purchase. So prices go down as bidding continues until no seller willing to bid lower. Okay, so this is a reverse. So whoever bids lower will win. So most involved businesses as buyer and seller. So in many business reverse auctions, buyer act as auctioneer and screen sellers before they can participate. Okay, so reverse auction. Buyer posting a product request. Okay, so there are many sellers, right? So sellers bidding against each other, pushing the price down. So they fight each other to push the price down, right? So buyer will compare the offers, who actually provide the best price. Okay, so seller lower profit, fast sales, so the lowest price. The winner buy at the lowest cost as well. Buy at the lower cost, sell at the lowest profits, right? So the buyer will buy from this seller, right? With a condition actually achieved. Okay, so these are the typical comparison tables, from English auction, Dutch auction, first price, up to reverse auctions, right? So student, please read and compare, right, each one. Okay, online auction and related businesses. Okay, online auction business is rapidly changing. Okay, so general consumer auction, it can be specialty consumer auction and business to business auction as well. Okay, it depends what kind of business they are dealing with. Okay, okay, so eBay also provide auction as well, right? Typically eBay just started with auctions, right? Business, they just sell something, right, by using auctions system. So eBay is most successful consumer auctions today. Websites, okay, registration required, and also they collect sellers fees, rating system as well to rate, right, the best sellers. So sellers risk, buyers use stolen credit card. All right, so these are some of the typical problems. User may use a stolen credit card to buy something online. So buyer fails to conclude transaction, or some buyer also they unable to conclude whether they want or they don't want at the end of the bidding. So buyers risk to buyer, no item delivery. Okay, misrepresented item as well. So these are some of the, right, whatever they bid, they won't get the right products. Most common formats on eBay is English auction. They're using English auction, means typically from the lower price $1 up to the highest. So seller may set reverse price as well, right? It depends. So bidders listed, bids not disclosed until auction end, right? They only disclose bidders information. So continually updated high bid amount display, right, on the website. Okay, private auction also available, okay, if they don't want to disclose. Okay, so eBay private auction sites does not identify bidders. Okay, eBay only notified seller and highest bidder. Okay, so eBay also provide Dutch auctions as well, right, from the highest price, yeah, for certain items, certain products. So minimum bid increments is the amount by which one bid must exceed previous bids. Okay, so eBay stores also allow sellers to show sale and auction item as a way to generate additional profits. Okay, right, some other information about reverse. Okay, okay, other than that, right, they are also group shopping and also using coupons, right, using coupon. So group purchasing, what does it mean? Or group shopping sites, the seller posts an item with the tentative price. Okay, So buyer enter bids actually to buy 1 unit, okay, and also site negotiate with seller for lower price. Okay, so postal price decrease if number of bids increases, right? So encourage seller to offer a quantity discount if someone actually want to buy in large quantity, right? So a single unit cost actually may drop. Okay, so work well for reputable non-perishable branded products, but seller not always interested. Okay, so successful site example like Groupon, they sell coupon, right? Coupon online, so you can get better price. Okay, right? So also evaluate business to business options, evolve to meet specific existing needs such as excess inventory disposal, right? Like some company they have excess inventory, right? They want to clear the excess inventory as soon as possible. Of course, people do want to buy in higher price, right? So they lay long it. Okay, so liquidation specialists they find buyers for unusable items as well. Liquidations are brokers, they the firm that find buyer for items, right? So online auction are logical extension. Large company model business create its own auction site to sell excess, right? Excess inventory. Okay. So small company model, third party web auction sites take the place the liquidation brokers, right? So they are looking for buyers to buy excess inventory. Okay. Right. So many electronic marketplaces that conduct B2B transaction include also reverse auction as well. Okay. Right. So supply chain characteristic that support reverse auction. Right. Reverse auctions. Supplier are highly competitive. Product features that can be clearly specified. Supplier are willing to reduce the margin they earn on this product. Right. So some supplier they're willing to reduce margin. Okay, so supplier are willing to participate in reverse auction, right? So remember, right? So supplier willing to reduce their profit margin, right? Okay, right? Okay, so these are typically chapter 4 and chapter 7. Okay, chapter 7. So I hope you are willing to compare different kind of options. Right, this is the main topics in chapter 7. Right, so I stop here and I will continue in next chapters. Thank you.